Hello and welcome to another episode of Gaming News Podcast. I'm Bren.
I am Spidey. I'm
And
here.
today we're here on time and we're talking about a couple things. We'll end on the Sonic Frontier because we did get Sonic Frontier, spoiler.
Yes.
And we do have things to say about
Yes, yes.
it.
And that's probably going to take a lot longer to explain than what we're about to talk about, I'm assuming.
Because we'll go over, I got some fast stuff, so.
Yeah.
First things first, so sharing a clip with you. So it is a person reacting to a person. So we're going to be reacting to a person reacting to a person.
So we're going for Inception. Here.
Yes. So we'll let this guy explain it. I want to watch the whole clip and not say our opinions till after the video.
Okay.
Because I'm curious what you think about what the guy watching it says. Because I already know what I think about the guy who's streaming, and I'm sure you will too.
Oh, shoot. What's up, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. I have a video today that I think you guys are going to have some comments on, and some of you maybe want to really type something up for this one. It's an argument that is never going to be won by a streamer, something we have talked about a lot.
We can actually talk during it, because it's going to be pretty boring if there's 5 minutes of dead air.
In the past, but
talking.
A fairly large Fortnite streamer known as Lacey. Last time I covered this guy, he had shaved his eyebrows on stream for a donation.
That's a phase. Wow, that looks...
He refunded the money and shared it on social media, and the community responded amazingly and made up for the lack of donation. I believe that was also during a subathon of his. So good job, Lacey. Glad those eyebrows are finally growing back. In a recent stream, he took to share his thoughts on the mental effects and the thoughts on mental health effects that streamers go through, and how he thinks being a streamer is harder than a 9-to-5 job. The age-old debate.
Yeah.
This is going to be
How is this an age-old debate? Like the fact that this is an age.
Listen to this. Okay, listen.
9 to 5. Oh yeah. 9 to 5s are easier than being a streamer. 9 to 5 is easier than being a streamer.
Have you done 9 to 5?
You guys can put dots all you want, bro. I literally have done both. I can tell you that doing a 9 to 5.
Whoa, he's getting shredded in his
9 to 5s. Oh, his chat. Yeah, dude.
Oh,
dude, the censorship. That'll be hilarious. Just
5 is easier than being a streamer.
your weight.
Simple. I've done both. Have you ever done a real job? Yes, I worked at Panera. I worked 2 jobs. I worked at Panera and Walmart for 2 years.
Panera and Walmart.
Panera and Walmart.
Yeah, that's... That proves all we need to know,
And I can say that being a streamer is harder than working at 9 to 5.
He almost said those jobs. But then he switched to a 9 to 5 in general, which is retarded.
Obviously, the pay is way better. Obviously, I get paid more being a streamer. But when I'm talking about just straight up mental toll, being a streamer is way harder, bro.
Mental toll.
Mental toll.
You know, a lot of times, yeah. A lot of times
I kind of agree with him on that a little bit in the sense of mental. It depends on what you're doing, right? If you're working at Walmart doing your probably bum job, that you were doing beforehand.
That's true. That's
then
not really...
sure, maybe it is harder for you because you're a bozo clown.
That's like anyone. It's like anyone moving. It's like moving stuff around. I mean, like if I'm moving stuff around, if that's my job, you know, like stocking up like a Kmart or something.
Yeah, like if I'm going into Walmart and I'm like moving crap around, or if I'm going to Panera and I'm working in the back and I'm flipping eggs all day, putting soup into a bread bowl.
Yeah, it's not
pre-made
really,
soup.
Yeah, it's not really.
Then, yeah, sure, it is harder because you've worked bum jobs. Whether that sounds. There's nothing wrong if you work at those places. I'm just irritated at this guy. I'm like getting emotional and worked up.
He's treating every job as like the same when it's not. Both of us know it's not.
You are your own boss. It doesn't matter, bro. You guys don't understand. Other jobs, bro, like an actual 9 to 5, you don't have to.
Why is the quality? It says 720p, but is this quality looks terrible.
To be at your peak, like peak performance, bro. A 9 to 5, you can literally fucking show up, fucking the bare minimum, just being there, fucking mope around all day, be an asshole, and still get paid, bro. Being a streamer, if I showed up to a stream moping around, fucking barely talking, no one would watch. It'd be boring, bro. You can't do that. Being a streamer, you have to be at your top attitude, top mood, top entertainment for 8 hours.
Oh, he's getting
top entertainment.
He's getting blasted.
Yeah, I guarantee these people have jobs.
And I will tell you what, I'll tell you right now, there's no winning here, okay? You can share your thoughts down below. I love reading comments on these kind of videos because everyone has a different perspective. Everyone has worked different jobs. Everyone has different thoughts on streamers. Everyone has different...
All right.
Okay, so...
is Jake Lucky. I love Jake Lucky, but he never picks a side ever. Which I guess when it comes to news, I kind of like that about
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'll say my piece. I feel like this has been kind of the theme of the past couple ones, and what I will say is, like, of the past couple shows we did. So I think I'm gonna say, now I'm starting to sound real official. The past couple of shows we did, but what I wanted to say was that it's like, if you're talking about those jobs, I agree with you. Yeah, maybe it is a bit harder than moving crap around, but like, is it heavy crap? That's the question. Is it heavy crap? Like,
so it's hard to ever judge 9 to 5 jobs to other 9 to 5 jobs because they're so different. What I can tell you is you're getting paid probably 5 times more than you ever would at the job that you are talking about. If you feel like taking a day off when you're streaming, you get to.
Yeah.
If you're having a bad health day, you get to take your day off.
Yeah,
if
you can't just
define yourself. You can take as many days off as you want. In reality, which if he had any ounce of retrospective capabilities, introspective, any of it, he would remember, oh yeah, you can't just do that. You can't just take days off. I don't get paid thousands to sit on my butt at home with no boss besides myself in my living room.
And if I could, that'd be pretty crazy.
I don't care how hard it is.
I don't care how hard it is,
how much I'm being judged. I don't care, whatever he's saying. Hey, you're watching me stream. Sometimes I'm in a good mood. Sometimes I'm I would be in a bad mood. Take it as it is. Yeah, that's just how I am.
Also, you're
I'm not going to be faking my bull crap like you are.
Well, you're a human. Off. You're a human being. You're not some kind of actor.
So he's basically saying, I have to be fake all day. Well, if you need to get attention from being fake, whose fault is that?
You.
Yours. If it worked, cool. You got to act all peppy all the time. Hey, man, you made it at least. Shut up. Get paid way more than half of most of the workforce, the basic workforce. And so, brain dead. Brain dead take.
Yeah, it is a brain dead take. It's because
I didn't notice how much his chat was flaming him.
That was probably the best part. They were destroying. They said eat burgers. Like someone said that. Like they're really getting in the weight insults too. Oh my goodness.
I'm curious if he responded to anybody about it already.
Like he's getting
people getting super mad at him.
Bashed, yeah.
I wonder if we already have a Twitter apology like that girl I sent who was even though she basically didn't apologize.
Yeah, no. Guaranteed he did that. I'd say he might be the worst example of the people we've watched. Because
for girl cry. I don't know.
Like that's pretty pretty bad. Right. But at least with this, like this guy brings up word for word 9 to 5 jobs. He calls it out. And then
and then he's getting flamed and he keeps backing it down.
I will say this. I do admire that he's sticking to his guns. That's something I'll give him. Like, just like, yeah, both of us know that like sticking to your guns is kind of a admirable thing. Even if sometimes you have a really bad take on a situation, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I can't find this guy's stream. Probably because he's
probably low on the totem pole, clearly. What's his name?
I can't find who he is. I was curious to see if I saw him like backtrack, which I bet we would. Although that guy seemed pretty set in his ways, even though he's getting flamed. So, like you said, I do kind of respect the.
Yeah, it's like
I do kind of respect the
He's
sticking to your guns while you're getting flamed.
It's like It's like, dude.
If you want to speed run your career having issues, say that you think streaming's hard.
Yeah. That is true. I agree with you. Wow, you really brought out the meme there too, dude. You brought out the meme comments.
Yeah.
This is really getting heated. But no, well, there's also other. Well, you know what's funny? That ends your career, but much worse things doesn't. It's kind of interesting. Like, there's been worse things said, but. That doesn't end your career, but that's interesting. Now, the whole career ending thing, the funniest part about that is, as a streamer, your career can go pretty fast. Like, now that you bring that up, it can go pretty fast. You have to literally hold your tongue 24/7. That is one thing you have to do. There's a lot of stuff you just cannot say.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, no one cares about your opinion, and if they do, they need to change who they think whose opinion they care about. Like, streamers having opinions, like people caring about what streamers say, is like, that's on the person. It's like, dude, you shouldn't care what this guy's saying about 9-to-5 jobs. In the sense of, I know that I do because he's totally wrong.
Yeah, because we both know he's wrong. But we've both been.
But it's like, yeah, I don't even know what would drive you to say that, because it's just completely false. It's just like a stupid take. Like, it's just a dumb, bad take. There's just another streamer who's getting paid so much that he's doing such hard work.
There's two alternatives. One, he's over-exaggerating, hyperbole, and not really thinking about what he's saying. Or two, he's just dead set on his opinion. Like, dead set on the fact that he thinks. Yeah. And then he must have not been doing a good job. He must have not been doing a good job at his workplace. If this
he basically said he wasn't.
Yeah,
he was like, be an a-hole. You can mope around.
Yeah, he's like,
okay.
He's like,
yes, if you want to be terrible at your job, yeah.
He's like moping around. It's like, dude, it's not that bad. Like, it's not the worst thing. People always, you know what's funny? People always have this idolized vision of like streaming and stuff. You know, not idolized, but like starry-eyed kind of fake version of what streaming is going to be like. And they think, oh, this is going to be some prestigious career, or this thing or that thing. And then the second they actually go in, it's like not what they expected. What were you expecting? What were you expecting from your life choices? This is what you're doing. You're live streaming. What else was going to happen? What were you expecting of the response from chat? What were you expecting life to be like? This crazy thing where exciting things happen all the time? No, that's not how jobs work. Jobs become mundane. That's just how it is. Was he like trying to? Yeah, was he trying to escape the mundaneness? Is that why he was like, I really got to do this? Because if he was, then he failed.
I don't know. All you got to do is look at your paychecks, moron. You don't have to get up.
You don't have to.
It's not a hard thing to.
No.
To grasp.
No, it's like you're getting money. You got thousands of dollars for playing a video game.
Yeah.
Which, that's pretty cool. If you can actually make something you like, something like a career of some kind. I mean, that's pretty cool. Because it doesn't happen. People don't understand. This isn't something that just happens. Like, this isn't just something that happens to every Joe Schmo who goes on there. Like, it's something you got to be blessed enough to have it even happen. So,
yeah.
I mean, take this podcast for an example. You know, we're sitting here, we're not getting billions of people coming in. Do we care that much?
Yeah.
No.
No, and we're also not saying it's hard, though.
No.
We're not saying that this is harder than a 9 to 5.
We almost got $15, and then Spotify had to rip it out of our hands.
Right out from under us, that $15 bounty there, dude. That big bucks.
We could have split that and got something really, really nice. Yeah. We could have had actually, you couldn't even split that evenly. It'd just be 8-7.
I probably would have just said we should frame it. I would have been like, dude, we should frame it. It's like our first ever money earned from content creation ever.
Agreed. And we were so close. We were so close. We were so close. And then they had to come in.
Out from under us.
They just went whoosh. They're like, people are getting too
much money. How dare they?
Whoosh. It's like, but it makes no sense, dude. I don't understand how business works with these people. Anywho. That's my opinion on the situation. Jobs are going to be mundane at some point. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're going to feel a mundane.
What does that have to do with mundane, though? What does that have to do?
I'm saying, like, it's going to feel boring someday. Everything gets boring.
Did he say something about that?
No, I'm assuming I'm reading it from him that he wanted to escape from the mundane work.
Yeah,
of the job.
Or because they suck.
Yeah, they are.
If it's so much easier, why not go do it? Oh, yeah, because it's not easier. No. And you get paid way less.
Agreed.
Weird how that works out.
Yeah, you get paid way less for more work. If
it was so easy, why are you streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not true.
No, it's not easy. It's a challenge.
I can understand, hey, maybe if you were an actual good, appreciative streamer, and I knew who you were, maybe I'd think about saying, like, hey, you got a lot of people on you. Then you get into the territory of, like, death threats, people trying to find out where you live, running into weirdos.
Yeah, that stuff.
People sending you weird stuff. That's a little different when you're big. I don't know who that guy is. I've never heard of that guy. So,
me either.
No, it's not.
No, it's not that hard. No. Even the small streamers are starting to sound a little privileged, too.
No kidding.
What
dude.
A society. I never
Check
thought
your privilege a little bit, huh?
Yeah. It's like, bro,
not challenging to do.
Yes.
I do it every day.
Same here. I'm there's people on the street out there. So
people got a lot worse than we do.
Yes. So let's not pretend like we have a hard life in comparison. Or you have a hard
life. Exactly.
Every life has its challenges, so
I just have a segment every podcast of like privileged streamer.
Privileged streamer. I'll just have in the corner. I'll have this little thing that shows the privileged streamer. Just this little. Of the week. I'll just show a still of the guy. A really unflattering still.
Yeah. It annoys me too that people like want these guys' opinions. It's like, why do you care what these guys think about?
Like anything?
Like, if it like his song is when he's like a political streamer. He talks about how rich people suck and how
dude, they're the worst.
Just has really terrible opinion takes on things, and he's a multimillionaire.
Yeah,
he bought a $2 million mansion. And you're saying that you hate rich people, and you're one of them, you idiot.
So you hate yourself?
Like, what are you? And then you can't even say like you could say like, oh well, I'm rich, but I still don't like rich people. Like I don't do like live lavishly. I just have money. It's like you can't say that. You have a $2 million mansion, dude.
Yes,
you're living the lifestyle.
Yes,
you're living the lifestyle, bro.
You're hitting
like even owning a house that I'll never probably experience in my lifetime. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like thanks, dude. Thanks.
So I don't like you.
The most realistic house I could even get in this market is probably a small one, and that's probably what it even ended up being. So I don't have money for a mansion.
It's like who asks like someone like XQC for like personal life advice?
No one.
Even though I think that guy in some ways is intelligent, but I'm saying like you don't know these people.
No, you don't.
Why do you care what they think? Why are you asking them about life advice opinions?
Yeah.
Like if you're that lonely, that sucks. Like, you know, I would feel for you if it's because you don't have anybody else. But anyway, that's a totally different topic for a different day.
Yeah.
Another thing that we're going to talk about. Moving on.
Show me the next one.
This article.
Oh,
Sledgehammer Games is going back remote as it finds a new office.
Sledge is just
be closing its main office. California to relocate to a small office space. Insider Gaming has learned. The new one has a company worldwide blah blah announced Sledgehammer would temporarily working from home until new office is found. I do think it's interesting that they said smaller office space, which is never a good sign.
Well, knowing how things are going economically, clearly they're not holding out. I'm kind of happy. If you want me to be honest, I'm a little bit happy about this. Because Sledge kind of ruined Call of Duty for me. They came in, they took over.
Which one did what?
They did Vanguard. They did Vanguard. They also helped with, the original Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer, which ended up being a disaster.
What do they do? Like, what games have they made, though?
Like you mean like games separately? They also did World War II, Vanguard, Advanced Warfare.
Like World War II, I don't like. I did like Advanced Warfare.
I think Infinite Warfare. I'll even look that up. I think they did Infinite Warfare.
I think you're right.
Because
was Infinite Warfare the last game they did?
The last game they did was Vanguard. That was the final.
Vanguard was terrible.
Yep, they made Vanguard. So if you want to blame someone for that disaster, what's funny? People are still thinking about Vanguard to this day because of how bad it was. People are still talking about it.
It was atrocious, dude.
It was a sad day, dude. These characters are iconic, dude. Day. These characters are iconic, man. They're iconic to the franchise. Yeah, they did Vanguard, Advanced Warfare, Modern Warfare 3, multiplayer, World War 2.
Okay.
The new Modern Warfare 3, apparently they had some hand in.
Honestly, now that I've learned how to deal with the aiming, it's not that bad. Movement's actually incredible.
The problem is
you would hate it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of advanced movement, but
because now the advanced movement is even crazier than it's ever been, is and you can dolphin dive and slide cancel. So they just added it all in.
So basically it's just this is the new meta, my man. This is the new.
So the aiming was different. I didn't turn my sense down. So just to tell you how different it is, I had to turn my sense down from 9.9 to 6.6.
So the highest of the high was too crazy.
So I had to do that. Anyway, the aiming's just something in the aim just feels different, but it's still sticky icky when you get it right. Don't know why I said it like that, but
sticky icky. We're definitely gonna make that a highlight if I ever do a highlight reel. Sticky icky.
News was in what's okay, which we got. We already found that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's expected that employees dude, what is with all these ads, dude? No, dude.
They're all over.
It's expected that employees will be working from home until the end of 2024. It's a move that comes at an interesting time for Sledgehammer's games, as it is also announcing during the town hall that the studio would be the main developer for Activision's 2027 Call of Duty title.
The main developer.
Infinity Ward will be heading Call of Duty 2026, understood in the Modern Warfare universe. Call of Duty 2025 is currently planned to be a semi-futuristic Black Ops sequel under the codename Saturn. So what happened to the news about them combining everyone into one? Like they're all working on the same game instead of having it separate.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a conversation that we had?
That was a conversation.
Interesting how that's out the window. And they also said this title was. They keep saying these titles are going to be out longer than usual, and we're getting one every year still.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, and they're making another Black Ops 2 sequel. I mean, that's kind of interesting. So that's an old COD. Black Ops 2 is.
I mean, hey, dude, I would take Black Ops 2 stuff.
Same here.
Any day of the week.
Black Ops 2, that's interesting. You know what's funny? Lately, I've been more interested in Treyarch's Call of Duties, like with Cold War and stuff. And I've been thinking about. I'm starting to convert over to the Treyarch side of things, my man. I'm starting to become a Treyarch fanboy, and I would never say that back in the day. Because when I was younger, I was like, "What Treyarch? Modern Warfare, dude."
So the one that we like the most is, or the one that I like the most is Infinity Ward. Then,
yeah, you're the I for a long time I was a massive fan of Infinity Ward too. I was like, dude, they're amazing. These Treyarch guys are just suckers. They're just trying to, horn in on.
So
we're getting.
So they already have 3 games planned per year already. So we're already like, you know what? Screw that. We're gonna keep everybody separate. We're gonna make the game every year. That's basically what we're seeing again.
The COD franchise is yet again back in annual release schedules.
So they're not gonna. So Sledgehammer's not gonna be on a game till 2027.
So they're really getting a lot of dev time. That's.
So the next one we're getting is Black Ops 2 sequel. That's cool.
That's interesting. That's an interesting. That's something I might be interested in. I don't know if I'm gonna.
I like Modern Warfare, so
I don't know if I'm gonna instantly buy it, but I will watch some stuff about it before I think about it.
Ooh, the work from home announcement has caused some internal frustration in the company, though. December 2020, Activision announced that all of its QA workers in Minneapolis, Austin, and blah 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 work would have to return to the office 5 days a week. Speaking with sources, Activision's recent announcement on Sledgehammer Games going remote has been called a slap in the face by some employees.
Oh gosh.
The return to office mandate has impacted an undisclosed number of Q&A employees who have had to either relocate to facilitate the change or leave the company. Welcome to life. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Speaking with ABK Workers Alliance on the announcement, a spokesperson said, okay. The company moving the Sledgehammer team to a temporary remote working environment is an indication that they have the ability to grant remote work to QA employees who have requested it due to disability, distance, or other factors. So if you have this, that's one thing.
Yes.
If you have this,
you are.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, you are in the industry of like $1 million, like actually billions of dollars, like $1 billion company.
How are we still working from home based off of COVID at this point anyway? I'm not even gonna. I don't want to get into it, but
so they also lost their offices.
Yeah.
So let's think about that for a second. So I was kind of hoping this would happen because I was never a Sledgehammer guy. Sledgehammer was always the lowest on the totem pole for me. Like I was never like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I care about him that much either. Honestly,
it's like most people probably be like, there may be someone out there who's like, I liked this game. The only thing I liked about COD World War II was the zombies. And I'm not even that big of a zombies guy, but I actually thought it was fun for once, and that's a other than one game, so that's about all I can give them. So,
wait, which zombies was it?
World War II zombies.
Oh yeah, you did like that.
That was actually kind of fun. It was kind of fun. That was about it. I honestly, what I would do if I were them is just release one more mode, and this is going to be controversial here for people who enjoy the zombies mode. If you're not going to make it any better, just get rid of it. I'm just being honest. If you're not going to do anything, what I would do if I were them is just release a separate game for that. So the people who like zombies can go have their zombies, and the people who like the Call of Duty can go play Call of Duty.
Fully agree with you.
We don't need to be.
Sounds like a pretty good idea.
We don't need to be together anymore. We don't need to be together. You're holding us down.
I could care less about hearing about zombie. Although I do have fun playing with buddies, depending on.
I liked Black Ops 1 and 2.
I do have fun.
But if you want me to be honest, I'm kind of in the same boat as you now. I don't really care, to be honest. I haven't played around with zombies in like quite a few years, like consistently. I just don't.
Yeah, same.
I just don't really like. There's better zombie games out there, in my opinion. No offense to like the community. There's so much more. There's so much more out there, like Left 4 Dead, Dying Light. You have so many other games. Back 4 Blood, which nobody cares about. Zombie Ate My Neighbors. Zombie Ate My Neighbors was great.
Yeah.
There's great. The point is, there's great zombie games, and if you're just limiting yourself to that one, you really aren't experiencing like a world.
The genre. You're not even scraping the surface of the genre. If that's all you're looking at.
If that's all you're looking at.
Just to take a quick peek at this, I don't even know, how did I not hear about this? Codename Saturn. Inside gamers learn from multiple sources that Call of Duty 25 is set to take players back to the future. And no, I don't mean well soon by. Oh my.
The Marty McFly.
Call of Duty has not had a game set in 2018's Black Ops 4.
Yeah, in the old
since
future.
Black Ops 4. Insider, wait. In the future. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, what are they talking about? Insider Gaming understands that Call of Duty 2025 is currently developed as a direct sequel to Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Which is interesting.
2030 Black Ops set in 2025.
Protagonist.
As such, fans should expect the return of some fan favorite protagonists as team faces a new villain following the death of Menendez.
Old Menendez.
Previously rumored Black Ops 2 remastered maps will be coming to the game. What?
Yeah, I loved Black Ops 2, so.
But recent plans and the scope of the game have changed significantly. Previously, the intention was to have all Black Ops 2 remastered maps released at launch, similar to how Modern Warfare 2's 2029 maps come back to Modern Warfare 3. However, the current plan now is to launch with new maps and remaster maps in conjunction.
So, wow.
They're listening to the community?
They're actually being smart? Treyarch? What?
Maybe. I'm not going to say anything. Although only one source would comment on the change, it was speculated that the game was likely to in response to widespread fan criticism that painted Modern Warfare 3 as a glorified DLC, which it was. Minus the engine, everything else is the same.
Yes, it is.
Modern Warfare 3 had just 18 months of development thanks to a lack of higher up planning. Wow!
I figured as much.
Lack of higher-up planning and internal changes that Sledgehammer's games to be under immense pressure and crunch to deliver a premium Call of Duty title on time. That's barely over a year.
So you barely.
That's insane.
Yeah, you barely even get to make the game. You're just forced to.
How did they make it run as smoothly as it did? Actually,
probably because they just reused code and then slapped a bunch of other stuff in it.
The final product resulted in a game with 18 remastered Modern Warfare 2 maps, which is sick, and a campaign that lasted a few hours, which I am not even going to touch. I might touch for humor.
Yeah, you should. You should. I saw clips of it, dude. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing game. It's so bad.
Despite the game's apparent shortcomings, though, it has been said the game did tremendously well, with Infinity Ward already well in the development of the next Modern Warfare game. Yeah, of course it did, because we love Call of Duty. We have problems.
Yes. I have not.
I was positive I wasn't going to buy it this time, but I bought it.
I did not buy it.
It's like I'm on crack.
I actually didn't buy it. What happened?
Oh, good for you, buddy.
I actually left it alone.
Speaking on other specific, the funny part about you buying it is like you basically don't play any of them.
No, I liked.
So that means they were getting you to buy it, and you basically didn't play them.
The last one I liked was Cold War. That is the last COD I've liked.
I enjoyed Cold War a lot too.
Cold War was one of the funnest CODs that I've played in a long time.
We got Vanguard.
Oh yeah, Vanguard was terrible, literally terrible.
Speaking of other specific details on Call of Duty, which is heavily flux due to the game early stage development, 22 months away as already. It's understood that the game is also slated to have an overhaul to its movement system, the return of the classic Pick 10 create a class. Pick 10?
Yeah, I don't know what Pick 10 even is.
That is.
Pick 10.
Pick 10 gives the player the ability to choose 10 elements to make up their loadout.
Sounds like almost too much.
So you could see him in Ghost.
What in the actual
Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4, and more freedom for players to customize their loadout. Oh, okay.
Pick 10.
It's like with how you could do like the primary, you could have an assault shield, then you could have a secondary weapon with a perk, then you could have dual wield attachment, you could have wild cards.
Oh.
So like more customization in your class, basically.
Hey, that's fine by me. I love customizing my class.
Another year of zombies. Surprise, surprise.
Yep.
This is a completely new game, it was said, suggesting that the game may not. Suggesting that the game may not.
This is a
Call of Duty Black Ops 2 being one of the series' best-selling games to date.
Ooh.
Officially selling just shy of 30 million units. It makes sense that Activision will once again capitalize on nostalgia, which not bad, while also giving players new and exciting content. What do you think? Oh, do you think back to the very side feature? Don't care.
So far, doesn't sound bad, but I've been proven wrong.
Dude, I don't care. Play to my nostalgia as much as you want, dude. Play to my nostalgia as much as you want. I don't care. Take my money.
Okay. No, we're definitely going to cut that. We're definitely going to cut that. Or censor it just for humor. But unfortunately, it's for my ears only. So.
Gotcha. Censoring it out would actually be pretty funny.
Yeah, that's the plan. So, same with your, when you said bum, I'm also going to censor it there too.
And then now you're censoring.
Yep, I'm censoring myself. Yeah, I'm censoring myself.
Anyway,
I'm censoring. I'll cover all the bases tonight. I got a lot of work cut out for me.
So Black Ops, that's sick.
That yeah,
sick.
Oh, agreed, 100%.
I'm down. I'm down for that all day.
Like
16 months, dude. Imagine trying to develop a Call of Duty game with 16 months.
Yeah, that's just cruel. That's.
I wonder it was remastered maps.
Yeah, come on, people. We gotta be a bit nicer about that. Like, I'm even gonna look up a game that I remember having a disastrous development. Okay, so Halo 2 had a disastrous development. It was like 10 months of development time. Yeah, 10 months. So
what? That's so. Wait, that's insane. How did it end up being so good?
Because they really just
hammered it in.
They pulled it together. No, that was back when game developers used to kind of be men. Like, I don't mean to be like that way, but they're all kind of a bunch of. I'm not going to say the word, but right now they're very. Like, back then they were willing to commit to their craft, even if it was to the detriment of their actual life. Like sleeping in the office type bad. But because they had a passion for the game that they were making, they would sleep there to get it done.
Interesting.
If we're talking actual work ethics, yeah, no, it's interesting. But they made a game that was so good that it ended up working out somehow. Meanwhile, these guys are like 18 months remaster maps. You have an engine already, Dorcas. You have an engine that you don't have to. Yep, 16 months. So you have an engine. You have an engine already made.
I do.
You should have just made this DLC. If we're being realistic, that's what you should have done. You made people pay $60 for this. Actually, probably more.
It worked.
And it worked. And you know what? I ain't gonna judge. I bought a lot
Blame
of
it on the crack addicts.
I bought CODs.
Crack addicts. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll say this. At least you're not a whale. You know, the guys who do the abuse the microtransactions on a daily basis on mobile games, going. It's like buy.
But I've done that before too.
But hundreds of dollars though, like thousands, just going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
If you combined every Supercell game I've played and put money into, yes.
But there's a difference. Combined, you're not sitting on one game going boom, boom, boom.
Flash, I put a lot into.
Beating your phone to death.
And Clash Royale, I put a lot into. And Brawl Stars, I put a lot into. And Clash Mini, I put a lot into.
Oh, this is gonna turn. Oh, interesting. Wow. You got me interested.
I'm being honest about it.
Mm-hmm. You got me interested now. But before this turns into a conversation, let's talk about Sonic Frontiers.
Correct.
We will get to
Sonic
that.
Frontiers.
We'll get to that.
Another day.
Next episode, maybe.
Maybe you'll forget.
Oh no! I'm not going to forget this one.
Yeah.
I listened to these things back, by the way. So. I hang on to every word. I hang on to every word, man. Okay, so Sonic Frontiers. We finally sat our butts down and played it after talking about it for a month, maybe 2 months more.
Probably longer.
Probably longer. Yeah, true. The game was released for a long time.
We talked about it before it was released.
Yeah, we
talked about it when it was like they were just talking about it.
Yeah, Sonic Zap. They were like, dude, it's Sonic Zap, dude.
Yeah, that was like how long ago?
That was like 2-3 years ago, technically.
And now we're finally playing it.
Yep, we're finally playing it. And we played.
So what do you think about it?
So what do I think about it? Well, it's the best Sonic game I've played in years, if I'm being honest. And after this, I'm honestly pretty tempted to just go play it, honestly. Just after I've done, the hours of editing I'm gonna have to do for this one for the censorship. But no, I was shocked. So I came in, first thing I see, Sonic, Tails, Amy. Sonic's riding on the tornado. His Tails little ship thing, plane thing. I'm like, okay, so they're calling back to the other games like Sonic Colors, and even though not Colors, Sonic what is it called? The one with the Lost World. That's the game, and the classic games. So they got that in there. Sonic randomly gets teleported to a dimension out of nowhere by some mysterious force. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. I was like, okay.
By the way.
I was like, okay, so there's a waifu, I guess, in this game. And then I was like, the fan art's definitely not going to be bad about that one. But so far, storyline-wise, I mean...
Wait, does she have an age?
Probably. I'm going to assume... Let's assume the worst here. Let's assume the worst here, buddy. This is going to be anime levels of weird. Guaranteed.
Give me 1 second.
Can't wait. Can't wait to see the fans. Just absolutely guaranteed she's young, dude. There's no way she's not.
I find out. Am I a minute too late?
Yeah, better delete this after searching for it.
I can't find who. What is her name? Do you remember?
I forget her name too. I'm gonna look this up. I'm just gonna type waifu in. and then I'll get some interesting results.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh, this is the first thing. This is the first thing we're like, yeah, let's open up with. I'll open up with.
What's her name?
Well, I already see her, so I already see pictures.
I can't remember her name.
Sage is her name.
Sage.
Yeah. Wow, I love how the second I looked that up, people instantly. Guess we don't got no.
She doesn't have an age.
Oh yeah, she's a robot. So.
Okay, so we can say it.
We're in the clear.
We're safe.
We're in the clear.
We're safe.
We're in the clear. You know how old Amy is?
No.
I think Amy's like 13, maybe.
Wait.
At least I thought.
How old's Rouge the Bat?
Like 18, I think. Yeah. Yeah, she's 12.
How do you know that?
Because it's on the Sonic Wiki. I remember as a kid, I would always look up to see. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. This is an interesting fact. Definitely deleting that from the old history.
She is 18.
Yep, Rouge the Bat is 18, yeah. Sonic is 15. They'll say she's 8. She's not. I looked up the Sonic Wiki. That's actually the legit resource.
12.
Yep.
Hey, anyway.
Okay, so this is where I wanted to get to the point. This is the point I wanted to get to with this before we go back into the story that's kind of there. I don't really think they take those very seriously. Like, Sonic feels older to me than 15.
Yeah, like I would say 20s.
Yeah,
to pick.
Even old Sonic that I grew up with was never that young acting, or he was never teenage. That's what I'm trying to say is I don't really take it very seriously. Unless it's stated specifically. But with the actual characters, with the story, Sage, I guess, traps him in this world. I don't even remember what the world's even called.
Me neither.
It's like this mysterious world with these rock creatures that, to me, sound a bit interesting. They go. I can't do them. I can't do an anime. I can't do an anime girl impression. It just kind of sounds like an anime girl, doing something interesting.
Try.
I can't do it. It's that Eevee from Let's Go, Eevee and Pikachu. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So basically, it sounds like an anime girl doing something very bad.
All right. Well, I haven't noticed that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I noticed it. So in my ear, I'm just hearing this in my ear every time I walk around. I'm like, oh.
Oh wait, you're talking about those little
rock things.
Yeah, not like the big creatures.
Yeah, I was like, what are those rocks?
Little things that you collect. Yeah, no, they do sound like that. Right.
And I was like, so this, these rocks. What? This is one question I have. So I was confused. This is one thing I want to get into contention with. I was very confused as to what the purpose of these rocks were. Why am I running around with Amy, cutting grass down and herding these things back to their mother? I understand you got to have side quests, but what is this accomplishing?
You find out more and more as you go what they are and what.
Are they lost?
There's a story with them. I don't know it, but I've learned some more of it. It's this is deeper. So that's the same thing, and then I'm like, oh, this is deeper than I thought as you go on.
I was like, so obviously there's some soul stuff going on or something.
That's what it seemed
Maybe they died. Maybe they died or something. When they.
I feel like it might go into
I'm assuming
if a sentient being, it's not a human, but it's like a machine, but it's a sentient.
It's a weird.
It might go into that route of do you care about them? Should you kind of like that? I think that's sort of where it's going to go.
So basically, every AI plot ever created or whatever, every single they just
so if something has a conscience and basically feels like I do, but is created by humans, do we treat them human?
Which every single dude, I'm not kidding. Fallout 4 had the same plot. Every freaking thing with a robot has the same plot. Star Trek.
I think it's pretty clear. I think it's pretty clear that I would absolutely treat them like a human, 100%.
Star Trek Next Generation, same thing every time.
I would without a doubt be like, oh, if you feel like I do and think like I do, I would absolutely treat you like a human.
I will say Fallout 4, it's a bit ambiguous because they can be used as spy bots for the boogeyman, basically. So realistically, you probably should,
What would you do if it was real?
If I would treat him like a human, but if there's actually malicious intent, then yeah, you gotta.
Let's just yeah, of course.
You gotta, and that's kind of what they are in that game. It's they could be spies, and they can any. Unit,
I'm saying is I'm talking about in Sword Art, the new and the newest season. How the AI is basically humans, just in a different world of AI world.
It's interesting. It's an interesting concept because if you turn the machine off, then technically it dies. It's an interesting.
True, but then it's that's the whole plot is they don't want the machine to get turned off because there's living things in there.
That's what's interesting about it. It's a complicated. It's kind of a mess.
It's complicated, but for me, if you can feel, for me, it's simple. For me personally, it is more complicated than I'm making it.
Because
I'm just saying, for me, it's look, if you feel and think, I'm not going to be someone who's going to cause you pain.
I'm not going to cause someone pain, but I'm saying it's just an odd concept. It's just weird.
Not that we would cause them pain. I'm saying, just like how I would treat a human, I would be polite. Yeah. I would be.
It just doesn't make it just doesn't make sense to me. That's more so what I'm saying.
Well, it's never going to happen anyway. It's just hypothetical.
But it's just an interesting. But I didn't even know it got that deep. I was just sitting here
oh, these must. I'm not saying it's going to go there, but I feel like it might.
The way I was thinking was, this is kind of like the Cheos. You got the cutie. I thought it was going to be that too. We got the cutesy
I want the Cheos, man.
Same. I honestly want them back in general because they had a cool story. They were linked with Cass directly. Cass.
That part of the game was so fun.
Cass was a Cheo. Cass was a Chow. He was. Cheo Chow, same thing. That. Yeah, he was. And then he mutated and became a water monster. So he wanted to protect his people from, Knuckles' tribe. Because Knuckles' tribe back then was a bunch of psychos. They were not very civilized. Knuckles was civilized, but his tribe was not.
Pretty cool that there's that much backstory.
And that's what I'm saying is in Sonic Adventure, that's one game. And with this, I'm okay, are they going to go that deep in it? Is this going to be... And also, the funniest part is Amy. I guess my question is, what was Amy's role in that part of the story?
We don't know yet. I mean, I don't know, really.
I can see...
communicate with them?
With Knuckles and Tails, it's clearly something's going on. A lot of times when the stories are written, something's happening. They're doing something. Whether it's fighting something or Tails is working on something or, Knuckles is looking for something. So there's treasure hunting. So I'm curious as to what they're going to do for those two. Because obviously we're going to run into them. You even saw Knuckles. So, but so far gameplay wise, so the story's interesting. It's a little. The beginning is sparse, of course. I feel like the beginning area was almost a tutorial area. That's what I kind of felt.
Kinda, yeah. I'm almost past the second area.
So it feels like it was more so made to introduce the world, and that's about it. That was the purpose. Which I
will say,
which I'm cool with. Personally,
I will say it's longer than I thought it was going to be, and I'm cool. I'm happy about it.
Same here.
I was like, dude, I'm probably going to beat this in 2 days.
Same here.
And then I was like, well, this is bigger than I thought.
Which, word for word, is how long it took for me to beat Sonic Generations.
Oof.
And I got that for my birthday as a kid. I was like, what?
I think this game's fantastic. I think it's one of the best Sonic games ever.
That's good.
I can't compare it to a bunch of new ones because I played Sonic Adventures 2, and then I did play Sonic for a long time, and then I played Sonic Lost World, which I liked, and now I played this.
So, if we're gonna do a comparison, so obviously, with the gameplay of this, you got this open world, you got the boost formula, finally good for once. Because I played those other games.
Boost to win, but it's hard to control your boost, which I think makes sense.
But it's not so hard that it's impossible, dude.
There's always really cool abilities. They did a lot of cool stuff with the skill tree. It's exactly what I want from a Sonic game. Sonic doing really cool stuff with his speed. That's exactly what I would want.
Like speed kicks and stuff. I'm hoping the other characters get skill trees in the DLC. That'd be exciting.
Yeah.
So, but
they have their own stories.
Yeah, they do. I believe. I think they do. So we're gonna have stories
now.
I think they're out now. Yeah, some people have played them. So I'm excited to play as my boy Knuckles. I'm excited to play as Tails.
That was fast.
I'm pumped. I'm into it. I'm ready. I can't wait. And I'm shocked that they even tried to include this much stuff. They're kind of going back to their roots, the way I see it. With Adventure, where Adventure was trying to establish an open kind of feel to it. Even the levels were bigger than Adventure 2's. They were less linear. There's a lot more exploring going on with those.
Mm-hmm.
But Sonic Adventure 2, I love Sonic Adventure 2, but it did make everything way more linear. It was kind of trying to... if you're talking...
I don't see any DLC that you're talking about.
Or at least I remember seeing someone directly playing as Knuckles, at least. I don't know if it's a mod
DLC. I see DLC with clothes.
Because I swear I remember...
I see the.
It's a free update. That's what it was. Called the Final Horizon. That's what it's called.
Oh, Into the Horizon.
Yeah. So
the Final Horizon. So there's an Into the Horizon, then there's the Final Horizon.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
So I think that's cool. I'm excited. I'm interested to see.
You also can get Sonic Adventure 2 shoes.
Oh, so the soap shoes. They're bringing them back. I loved the soap shoes. I honestly wish they would have kept the soap shoes throughout the games. But
So gameplay amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Runs amazing. Me and Seth were blown away. We didn't know what to think, and then we were like, this game's a 9.7, 9.8.
Yeah, I was expecting
incredibly good.
From
gameplay standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
The fight scenes are epic.
Oh yeah,
Supersonic's back. Which the first fight you do with Supersonic is what in the?
Yeah, he was absent in Forces, which is ridiculous. Why would you not?
An adrenaline rush?
Well,
just thinking about
it reminds me of those old games, like Adventure 1 and 2, where you had the fate of the world was everything was gonna fall apart if you didn't, and the music's going, you're hearing guitars just. Yeah. And that's what I liked about it. I think that might have been my favorite part was that fight, because it really took the old, the Dreamcast games, those two. It took the tone of those and brought it back, which I like. People have been begging for Supersonic to finally feel good. I don't count Sonic Generations, the Supersonic moment. The music was terrible. Supersonic played horribly. Even as a kid, I was like, what is this garbage? I only liked using him in the stages, but the actual story final boss was terrible. He was so bad. He's called Time Eater. He was terrible.
So basically we're saying if you like Sonic, you should, and haven't played this yet, you should get it.
Yes, you should
not regret it.
You should play
a lot of content, more than I ever thought there would be. And it's not boost to win.
It's not boost to win. It feels
they make it so trying to get S's on the levels is really fun.
It feels like a Sonic game. It doesn't feel like I'm just.
It reminds you of Sonic Adventures 1.
Same.
A lot.
Same here. It has that same feeling of speed. Like, speed is unrestricted.
Speed, open world, different types of levels.
Yeah, different types of levels.
A lot of different characters.
It took that design from Adventure 1 of, like, the hub world. You know, you got this hub world you can run around. It's not so big that it's, like, unbearable. You don't have to be like, oh, I wish there was a fast travel option. Because that happens a lot in open worldish games. Is that you're like, can I just fast travel to the nearest town? In every Bethesda game, I'm like, oh, better fast travel. I don't want to freaking walk through all this garbage just to get to the story content.
Yeah.
So that's
also,
why...
I just saw that there's a character. I just saw when I looked at the cast for Sonic Frontiers, I saw Shadow on there. So Shadow is in the game at some point.
So Shadow, that's interesting because Shadow, this is going to be a controversial opinion. Shadow is the only character other than Knuckles who has an actual story. There's a reason for him running around. There's a reason for Shadow running around and doing.
I don't really know Amy's backstory at all.
Amy is just
being obsessed with Sonic. Originally.
Yeah, that is her character, which I like her. But I'm saying, like, even Tails and Sonic, like, if we're actually thinking about the purpose, like, Shadow has a backstory. Shadow.
What is Sonic doing half the time?
He's just
stopping Eggman.
Yep, he's just stopping, and then he sees world-ending trouble, and he just shows up to help everybody. There's no like.
Does he show up? It seems like he more so just falls into it.
Yeah, he does fall into it. He's like.
So it's like he's just kind of a chill guy, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I guess I got to save the world.
And I love him.
Kind of thing.
But Shadow has depth. Shadow had someone who he loved die. Shadow had like a family that he never got to.
Yeah, Shadow's like an antagonist.
Yeah, he had a story. He had a interesting, and he becomes a hero.
It's like he's not bad.
Yeah, he's like the anti-hero type.
He's not bad, but he's not good.
But he's willing to protect people when it comes to.
But I do think he's more good than bad.
Oh yeah, and that's because he learned that was the promise that Maria wanted him to do, was to protect humanity. That was
Faker.
Faker. And he's interesting. Knuckles, he's guarding the Master Emerald. If anyone gets that, guess what?
Backstory. I see what you mean, because Tails, Sonic, Amy, you're like, what are you even doing? Like, why were they flying their plane over that island?
Yeah.
Like, where were they going?
There's no backstory.
It's literally like they're just mad chilling, just exploring stuff.
And that's cool. But it's like, it's nice
but they're literally just like freelancing. Not even they're just like, oh, looks like we're doing this now. Like,
yep. They're just like, let's just hang out. That's all they're doing. Meanwhile, Knuckles and Shadow have goals. They have things they aspire to do. They have character.
Why was Sonic in Sonic Adventures 2? Why was he in that helicopter at the beginning? Was he captured? Yeah, he was captured.
Yeah, he was captured. So he was.
Oh, it was because Shadow was impersonating.
Yeah, they thought Shadow looked like him, even though he has red.
They're so stupid that they think that he like changed his skin to black.
Well, people justified it in Shadow always seemed to be operating at night. So maybe in the dark. Maybe in the dark.
Oh, you would definitely think it was.
Yes. So there's some reason now. Sonic X.
Are Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 attached in any way? I don't think they are.
They are.
Like what way?
Rouge mentions that Tails saves the city in the first game from exploding.
Yeah, no, I know they're like, but I'm saying, like, is there any actual?
No, there's no Tikal
again.
Connection. We don't see Tikal or Chaos again, which is
like,
so that's pretty.
The two stories are very different.
Oh yeah,
because Frontiers feels more like Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah,
which the story was like way serious. Not that it wasn't Adventure 2 because of Shadow.
No,
but like
stuff was just happening.
2 I love, but it's just corny.
It's just stuff was just happening. You have 2 characters,
which I love it. But
especially
1
Sonic's
felt like a more thought out, serious plot.
Oh
like
yeah,
intense, like big time plot.
100%. What Adventure 2? You wonder what's happening half the time. How does Sonic figure out about
it's awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's incredible.
How other than Shadow and Knuckles, no one has a definitive goal. But I almost wonder if the rest of the series is like that in general after Adventure 2. I feel like after that, everybody was just running around like chickens with their heads cut off, doing nothing.
That's true.
Accomplishing nothing. Stopping Eggman. That was the only plot. That was it.
They don't even like chase Eggman. They just like so happen to be around where Eggman's around.
Yeah. What? Also, Eggman's an idiot.
They're not like Eggman. They're just like, oh, here's Eggman again.
It's like they have an Eggman detector too. Sometimes they're just in his face.
Just like a normal, not superhero guy.
No.
And then something happens, and he's like, all right, I guess I'll...
He's like, I'll go help. He's just there. Sonic is just there. He's not really...
It's kind of like the Jaleel White version of him, it feels like.
he's just like, chita dogs, and then he runs, and then he runs.
He's literally just like, mostly he's just chilling, and then he just kind of helps when...
It's like, what are you doing? What do you do? It's like, what are you doing, dude? Like...
It's like, if you think about that cartoon, he's relaxing all the time before... something happens.
It's even worse in Sonic X.
Like mad relaxing.
It's even worse. He's sitting in a tree. He's like chilling in a tree. Just
exactly.
He's like a nature-loving hippie, chilling in a tree, sitting there. And then he hears people like begging for him to help, and then he runs down. He runs down there, and then he runs around with Chris, doing nothing, accomplishing nothing.
Oh, Chris.
He's like, his eyes probably crossed as he's just running around with Chris. Because of how poorly written.
Being around humans is strange.
It's like...
I guess Dr. Eggman is a human.
Yeah, it's like Shadow... It has to be in Shadow's story. Because that is Shadow's, like, thing. That is Shadow's...
It does have to be, that's true.
He was made by a human. So it's like...
Actually, I guess I'm totally okay with that.
Humans work, but there's a problem. It's how you integrate them. What is Sonic doing? What is Sonic accomplishing by fighting Eggman? Like, let's think about everything that's happening. I understand he's saving everybody, but let's think about it from their perspective. They're probably like, this guy is just running after this guy over and over and over again. What is happening? Like, is anyone else trying to disturb the world order?
Well, he's not even running after him. He's like, I swear, it's not like he's tracking him at all. He's just like finding him.
Oh, the only time that happened was in Sonic Colors.
He's not like, oh, gotta find Eggman.
Yeah, he just finds him. Especially Sonic 06, dude. That one even made less sense. He just runs into a festival in this random town he's never been in, happens to find the most important girl in the entire town, where if she cries, everyone dies. And then Eggman's right there. Somehow he's just right there to kidnap her.
What kind of life is that, man? You crying, and if you cry, people would be dead immediately for me.
Yeah, so the world.
I couldn't watch anything sad. I couldn't think about anything.
You couldn't
sad.
You can stub your toe on a leg. You can step on a Lego.
Do I have to be like drunk or like high? I have to be high.
That's how bad the story
Probably.
is. It doesn't even make any sense. The flames of disaster. Eggman knows about this somehow. The flames of disaster will happen. I can unleash them and conquer this world. What is happening? How is this even?
I don't think it's ever had like a well thought out.
Other than Cass. Plot. Cass is the only one, because Eggman actually found a mural that says all this stuff on it. Like, he read this ancient mural.
No, there's stuff
on it.
Very good stuff with Sonic Adventure 1.
Cohesive.
And the plots with Shadow and
Knuckles,
and Sonic Adventures 2. Sonic is literally just like, oh, I guess I gotta be a hero right now.
Yeah, that's true. He's just like, or the military's trying to kill him. That's another story.
Like Sonic is like obviously a good person, but it's like,
what's there? It's just,
he's not running around trying to be a superhero.
No, he's not like, and it's
not what he's doing.
It's refreshing, but there is a point where you're like,
he's like a wandering like Samaritan.
Like, do you have any reason to be helping? Like, I understand he's like a good guy, but like, the military somehow can't take care of him, like of Eggman. Like, they somehow cannot like deal with him. So poor Sonic has to come in and rush in every single time and just go fight him day after day. And then what does he do? Does he just go back to laying down? Just because that's what it looks like. That happens all the time.
He's flying in his plane.
Or flying in his plane, doing nothing. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, meanwhile, eating chili dogs.
Meanwhile, poor Knuckles has to sit next to an emerald the entire time and just look at it every day. The same emerald. And he's like alone all the time. He actually kind of has a job. The games forget about it, but he still has a job. Anywho, we're already... We're at like...
What are we at?
We're at 70 minutes, so...
All right. Let's not go as long as last week.
Yeah, no.
Guys, another
fun.
episode down the books. Good episode. Got through every topic we wanted to talk about.
Good job.
That doesn't happen often.
I'm going to have to edit this.
Also, we'll try to finish Sonic Frontiers.
Yes.
We're getting close.
Same
and
here.
then next week we might, if we're done with it, we'll try another job.
Another job.
We'll try another. I wish this was my job because it'd be easy.
Yeah, it would be easy. Circle back around.
Yeah. And then I'll think of another game to play, try after that.
Because I already picked Sonic. Yeah, so that would be funny. That'd be funny to see. It'd be funny to see what you pick. I'm eager.
Yep. So, gentlemen, ladies,
God bless.
Ladies,
we
God bless.
We have to leave. I'm sorry. We have to depart from this.
We have to. Yeah.
We can't sit here all the time. See ya.